Oh, you're in for a real treat.
If we can dream it, then we can do it. Yes, we can, yes, we can.
Hang on to them hats and glasses, 'cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Mickey pretzel, Mickey ice cream bar, or an ice cream sandwich.
Oh, this is so easy. This is so easy. Mickey ice cream bar. We're gonna love them. We're gonna like the Mickey pretzel, and we're gonna leave the ice cream sandwich. I can't even understand the ice cream sandwich.
Gets his stuff and gets ready to leave, and I was like, "You leaving?" And he said that's when he was like, "Okay."
Yeah. So.
Got me.
But, so why'd you pull over then?
I was probably more scared than anything. Pull over. I don't know if this guy's crazy.
For Polly, Grand Floridian, and Contemporary.
I would buy a Wookiee cookie before I would buy an ice cream sandwich in Disney. I'm just saying.
Chose the music they chose, and that's why that they laid this life out, you know, from birth to death in the show. It's actually much more to it than I think a lot of people realize until we really start to see it more.
I'm going to skip out because I do have to do my football show where I will be picking the Patriots to lose this week. By the way, go Raven, out!
I'll talk to him later. Pete is great. Love Pete.
Love his children in the house. Sometimes we would have 30.
You had the house to hang out at.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Stevens.
What's up, guys? Well, let's go live on YouTube. People might like to see that. Believe it or not, that first night we got 1,000 people watching. I don't.
You are now listening to a member of the Disney Podcast family. Head over to Disney Podcast Family on Instagram to see all the latest posts for this show and links to other great Disney podcasts.
Hello and welcome everyone to the DIZPod. That's my park bro over there, park bro. And I am Cory from Living in Diz, and we've been doing this for over 100 episodes now, and we do this live because we do it for them, Lawrence. And
right.
We want to say hello to everyone in chat. I see all your names. We may not chat with you all as much as we do and be as interactive as we are in the parks with the live streams because you're watching a live recording of a podcast. But we will point you out now and then. But I see everything you all are saying. So thank you all for being here. We also have as much appreciation for those who listen to us whenever it is convenient for them on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and iHeartRadio as well. Everyone's coming in. I do see Berry Place. Berry Place, how's it going, Berry Place? Out there in our very first connection with the Disney Streamer Network out there in the DL. Can we say in the DL? I've never said that, but he's probably like, wow.
Is that how we refer to Disneyland DL?
Say that. Keep it on the DL. And I see the 927 with Cakes and Kenny J are in there as well. And they had a good time last night out there testing. We like testing. We appreciate testing, right?
Mm-hmm.
They did just a fine job out there testing the new Disney Starlight Parade. And speaking of the Disney Starlight Parade, we are 3 nights in, Lawrence. Here we are, 3 nights in, and Whimsy's face didn't work yesterday, but it's technology. Our stuff fails. Disney stuff fails too. Everyone does, and I'm sure Whimsy will be back smiling and smirking and making all those wonderful faces tonight down at Main Street.
I didn't know that his face was not working because I was in the airport getting ready to jump on the plane. So I didn't get to see that. I was listening, but I didn't get to see that.
Oh, okay. I thought you might have seen that, but yeah, so that happened. We definitely peeped in, watched their whole live stream testing of that. We peeped in on some others just to see what Main Street looked like compared to opening night and also preview nights, soft opening nights. And it really was the same. I feel like it was pretty close to the same. I'll say 90%, maybe 87% capacity compared to Monday.
Okay.
I would, from my eyes, It looked like it was a good 3 people deep along the sidewalks. So, yeah.
Sorry. I was distracted.
It'll be for a while.
I was distracted because I was going to go turn my lights on, but I see that they're on. I don't remember turning them on.
Ooh.
Something's going on. Barry Place says, why didn't they just use Casey Jr.? I don't think they... I don't know what that means.
I think, isn't Casey Jr. is an old train, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's an old animated train. So that's a great point. Why not? Because he I think he looks like him.
Oh, JRH says it was out for the 9, but back on for 11.
Oh, perfect. Somebody Goofy flipped the switch when he was partying or something. Threw his hands up.
That's right.
Yes.
He just needed a facelift.
There you go.
Speaking of which, when I go through, I have TSA pre-check, and so I get to the TSA guard to let me into pre-check, and he says, "You're wearing a Mickey shirt, so I can only let you in if you do a Mickey impression." And I'm like, "You're talking to the wrong co-host." So they were having a little.
So
fun,
were you held
that
up?
Was good, huh? Yeah,
So
yeah. I had to have a whole cavity search.
Yeah. There you go. You got to ride though from Disney property to MCO. That's the Orlando airport for those scoring at home, all by yourself.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
They picked me up. They were they were on time. It was Mears Connect, which is the old Magical Express. And funny enough, the bus that they picked me up on had Disney Cruise Line seats. So it was actually a bus that I guess they sold to Mears that used to be used for the cruise line. So the guy picks me up. And of course, I'm at All Star Music. So I'm assuming he's probably got to make 3 more stops, 5 more stops. Who knows? He never stopped. I was on a big Magical Express size bus all the way to the airport. Just me and the driver.
Did you talk to him?
Nope. I was like 15 rows back.
There you go.
He didn't turn the TV on or anything.
Wow.
It's so boring.
Well,
it was all good.
You're probably watching the 927 or something.
What was I? I don't know. I was watching somebody on the network. Can't remember.
Maybe you kept checking in to see the channel grow, like every 15 minutes. That's happening
every couple minutes. I don't know what's happening, but I love it.
It's crazy. It's crazy, everyone. We have caught like some kind of tailwind or something. But we're always trying to do different things here on the channel at Living in Diz, and it's just growing a little bit out of control, which we're loving. This is really fun. Last night, Tammy and I were on the couch, and every 15 minutes, I call it spin the wheel. You pull the screen to refresh. We're gaining like 3 subscribers an hour, you estimated.
Yeah, even when we're not live.
I wake up in the morning and we've picked up like 10 or 15 or something like that as well. So let's keep it rolling. We're very happy and proud for that. So we'll keep doing as much as we can do to keep the content flowing so that we can keep flowing and growing.
Shannon,
I see another name in there. Anna Isabel is here. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, nice. Shannon says, Park Bros, did you hear the news? I'm going to assume that I heard the news. As we get to the news that I think it is, just tell me if that was the right news or not. Barry Place, no, I'm not. My personal channel is not monetized yet. I have the subs. I don't have the watch time. So we'll get there.
That's right. All right. So where do you want to go for first here? You came down and you set the scene.
Yeah. So I came down for Sunday. I knew I wanted to be there for the parade. Opening night, Sunday. It's what we were all told. And then I was like, well, I got to be there Saturday to stream with Cory. But I don't want to, I want to kind of budget this trip a little bit. So I'm just going to go Saturday morning. I'll take a very early Saturday morning flight and I'll be in Disney and I'll probably go straight to the park to meet him. Let's do that. So then a couple days before, I was like, I should just extend the trip so that I can get in on Friday because of Test Track, right? We were going to do Test Track on Saturday. I'm like, but what if I don't get the virtual queue? What if I'm not as good as Theme Park Giant and get, group 3? Cory can only get group 5. Just saying. So
didn't I get group 1 for Guardians
I think you did. Yeah, I think you did. So,
but you're only as good as your last pull.
Exactly.
You're only as good as your last refresh.
That's right. So I'm like, all right, I'll come in on Friday. So I try and find an inexpensive flight, and it's 6:00 on Friday morning. And so I get there and I hung out with Theme Park Giant. We went straight to, I went straight to the park. He got Guardians. He got Test Track for us. And so we had a great time, hung out there, ended his stream at like 4:00. And then, who was it? I think it might have been Cakes and Kenny J that talked about two guys sitting on a bench on Main Street.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Just watching people watching as a stream. Yep. That's basically what Thad and I did. We just sat on the bench by Spaceship Earth, by the bathrooms there at Spaceship Earth. And we just sat there until 7:00. Just talking about everything. Streaming, the network, personal life, us moving, him moving. It was great. It was like catching up with an old friend. And yet we've known each other for like 7 weeks. So he says, I should probably get home to my dog. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go back to the resort, shower, change, and I'll go catch Fantasmic. And as I'm at the bus, I start getting alerts from different people that the parade is happening. So I'm like, okay, what do? I'm not going to have enough time to go back to the resort. I said, but I am at Epcot. Just go hop on the monorail, go to Magic. That's what I did. Got over to Magic, but on my way there, I call Cory because I said, if we're having a parade, we're showing a parade. No question. I'm not just going to go watch this parade. So I call him. He doesn't answer because he's too busy watching Superman. And so he texts me because we talk a lot, but we text a lot, or we communicate a lot, I should say. But we text a lot. We don't normally call each other. So he knew something was up. And I said, he texted me and I texted him back and I said, listen, rumor is the parade's happening. Just want to let you know your channel is going to be live. I don't have a gimbal on me and I don't care. I will hold that phone steady and we will go with it. And Goofy Guy was holding a spot for me with his family. So I was able to jump over there and get a spot right in Town Square. I told him what I text Cory, and he was just pulls out a gimbal, hands me a gimbal. He had his son's gimbal. So he gave me the gimbals so that I could stream it nice and easy. So it was great. It was, excuse me, you mentioned that it kind of took something away from Sunday because you'd already seen the parade Friday and Saturday. But I still feel like it was an event all 3 nights because you still had people there that hadn't seen it on Saturday. You still had people there that hadn't seen it on Sunday. So I think that it still became this thing, and it was 3 nights of this. So, and I think it also made Sunday better by having some of those people go on Saturday and some go on Friday, that it wasn't as crazy as it could have been. Like they never shut off park hopping, on Sunday. And I totally expected that. But I think had we not had Friday and Saturday, we would have hit park hopping capacity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So from our family perspective, you did the show, and in the business of YouTube, everyone wants to be the first to post these types of things.
Yep.
I mean, for a great example, we were that. I think there's one thing we can hang our hat on this entire channel, in the history of it, in the 7-year history, and we can say that we were the very first channel to live stream Test Track 3.0 to the world.
Yep.
So, I'll always remember that. And we wrote it like in the 12 o'clock hour, and it had just opened, I think, at 10 is what I was told. And so people like Attractions Magazine and a few others actually had it up before our stream ended. We started uploading right away. I had Jacob check YouTube, and there was already like a small handful already posted. It's like so hard to be the first one to do any of that. I knew we wouldn't be the first one to do Starlight, but came home. I pulled the clip from the live stream you did, and YouTube hates me because I post it and it gets blocked right away. But other people's, it didn't get blocked. So I upload it again. It gets blocked again. You can't outsmart YouTube, people.
No.
You just can't. Because I'll be super transparent here. We have had a clean record on this channel forever. And as far as I'm concerned, we still do. But, and I'll tell you, your biggest channels, I won't even say any names, your biggest channels out there, they have had these things happen to them. So YouTube viewed us as doing something wrong, but we really didn't, which was Jacob said, why don't we run it all night? Some of you might have seen this. Let's just run it all night on loop because YouTube can't tag it yet until you end it. And in the meantime, maybe we get 5,000 views overnight, and we'll run with that. YouTube slapped us with a warning within seconds. And I was like, oh my. So, and then I had to take a class. I had to take a class to pull that warning off, which doesn't come off for 90 days. But I did learn how lenient YouTube, not lenient. Well, nobody ever wants to get a strike on your channel.
Sure.
And we never have, and I hope we never do. If we do, it'll be unintentional. It won't be something that we push the limit on or something. But they really don't take your channel forever unless you get 3 strikes, and you got to really be persistent to get there. So they are pretty lenient to that. So kudos to YouTube for that. So anyway, fast forward. I'm like, well, we're done with that. So we're at. Did you get to say something? You look like you wanted to say something there for a second. Did I let you do it?
I was gonna say that you talked about not getting strikes, but you push the envelope, right? You took a chance. We did Luminous the first night. We know that Harmonious Live, got blocked and blah blah blah. So, but you took a chance. I don't know the first night that when I was streaming it, I don't know that I really had that in the back of my head about, could it get, how badly would it get hit for copyright? I don't even think I thought of that. But you take chances. I loved the idea of running it all night. I thought that was a phenomenal idea. Had it worked, it would have been brilliant. But
yeah, which was Jacob's idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to tease him and look at him and go, you got us a warning.
He should have had to take the course.
Exactly. You take this course. I took the course on the way home from Disney. So, I say that story too because you fast forward. So we meet up at Epcot on Saturday. Saturdays was one of the annual pass holder days that we could do for riding Test Track. And so we go and do that. And in the back of my mind, I don't know if we discussed it, the parade at all yet. We showed up at Epcot together. We hung out a little bit. We did Test Track. We started up the live stream. I had it in my mind. Okay, well, let's look at some wait times. Soarin' is low. We'll go do Test Track first. Soarin', maybe look for a snack. Here we go for the day. And you start showing me the phone. We start getting some messages from some sources over at Magic that, hey, something might be happening again tonight. And it was really hardly a conversation between all 4 of us. 4 of us? 5 of us that were there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we headed right over. We jumped on the monorail, and we were off to Magic Kingdom again. And so,
wait. Not we were off on the monorail.
All right, you want to tell that? All right, I didn't know if you wanted to go there, but the girls thought that they could beat. Well, I shouldn't say that. One girl thought that they could beat us, to Magic Kingdom. So here's something for you all: if you have a choice to drive from Epcot to Magic or take the monorail, it is way faster to go monorail for sure. So we got there and we waited for the girls to show up, and then they did, and Jacob came with them. And then Starlight happened again, and it was a great night. I think everything was flawless that night. We got good positioning both nights. It went off without a hitch. Am I missing anything? I think everything was great. We got to see double parades for the first time ever.
Yep. And you're right. That position was pretty good because we were in the town square, but in the circle on the right. So I think we had a good spot for it. And of our group, I was the only one that had seen it. You, Shirley, Jacob, and then my friend Stephanie, who was one of the people alerting me about the parade. She was like, "Can I come and get a spot with you?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." So we were able to get a good spot because it comes out of the firehouse there, or the barn, however you want to say it. So yeah, you're right. It was really good.
Yeah, and you're right. So the conversation that we had multiple times, and my thoughts too, and I don't even know if you were in the conversation. We had it multiple times. Magic Adventures, welcome into chat. Dennis Knoll, I see down there. Catherine Silverio, that name sounds familiar. Might be new though. Welcome. So our thought was like you had said earlier. Wow, with Disney premiering this, soft opening it, I feel like it's going to it takes some of the sheen off of opening night. It's like, well, we've seen this already a few times. Not that we don't want to see it over and over and over again, just the excitement and anticipation of a first time. But you know what? And so I even said, wow, if I didn't have a YouTube channel and Lawrence wasn't here, we only would have gone on Sunday because the merch was debuting,
Yeah.
But with all that said, it was a different feel. You walk into Magic Kingdom on Sunday afternoon, and they replace, if anyone knows, when you enter DL or Magic Kingdom, there are posters on the wall in the tunnel of the different attractions, and they put up Starlight now. The Starlight poster. You come in, you see that, look at it. We took a little video of it, and it's like this is world premiere night. This is world premiere night officially, right? So and it felt like that, right? The buzz was happening on Main Street and in Town Square. We showed up at what? I don't even know, 3:30, or I was there at 3:30 a little before. People were already sitting on Main Street. And you could tell we were going to have to pay attention and get there at a decent time. So we went right to the merch. We looked at the merch. Very minimal on the merch, but hitting the most important things. I feel like if you know Disney, I don't think they're done with Starlight merch. I think, it's kind of like, where's the Spirit jersey? I think you'll see a Spirit jersey, right? Is there anything else you think will come? I mean, they have the T-shirts. We did pick up the T-shirt. They had the pins, the blanket, Loungefly or a lug. Those things are coming. They have to be coming. They'll make a ton of money on those things as well, I think. And the bubble wand. Listen, I keep talking about it. Tammy's like, you really want it, don't you? I will never buy it, but I want to. It has the whole Mickey glove on it. It's interactive.
Yeah.
Probably the bubbles is the least thing I like about it, but it's the coolest bubble wand I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody in this house will end up buying it.
Yeah, then you go buy it for her, and then you can kind of take it with you on trips if she doesn't go, kind of thing. But yeah, we got into place, and it was definitely more crowded than Saturday night, and I think those factors were not everybody can get up at the, crack of the whip and get over to Magic because they think something might be happening.
Correct.
Didn't it seem with wait times, I just felt like Magic was a little bit slower than a normal Saturday night. So
let's talk about Saturday night though. Because even though we had gotten it from a couple different sources and then we had a visual kind of confirmation, but not really, I was still like, they could all be wrong. Like, and these are good sources. One of them is in chat right now. And they could still be wrong. Let's just go. We saw there wasn't really many people on Main Street. We went to eat at Cosmic Rays, and we get to the bridge leading to Tomorrowland, and I hear the announcement start.
Good evening, stargazers.
And as soon as that hit, because obviously I was there the night before and knew that was the voice that they used, and I got chills immediately because I knew you guys were going to be, I saw it already. I loved it. So of course I wanted to see it again, but I knew that you would all be able to see it for the first time. So I immediately got chills when I heard that start. And then when he said 9 and 11, we're not going to do it once. We're going to do it twice for you. It was great.
Yes, and Sharon Hecker, one of our moderators, mentioned, I think last night, was it last night or the end of our stream on Sunday night, that at that point, we had shown every Starlight parade ever done. We showed five parades. Berry Place is out of here. Thank you so much for checking us out, Berry Place. Check out Berry Place if you want some Disneyland live streaming fun. And I love that he goes out with his daughter.
Isn't that great?
Cool is that? It's like living in Diz West Coast.
Yes.
Out there. That's amazing. I love that. And someone else, Cory Meets World, is starting to take his girl out there.
I did see that.
So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I guess we were the first to do that. I guess we're kind of the first to have done that. Full on family. So let's see. Where'd we leave off? So we heard the announcement. We ate. We found our spot, and maybe inside I was a little more confident than you. Once we were there, we saw the visual confirmation. You got 2 different, confirmations from others. For me, I was like 90% sure. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is going to happen, and so glad that it did. Another reason why I'm glad we were able to get like all our media stuff out of the way for Saturday, and then. For Jacob and Tammy, fully appreciate and enjoy the parade for the world premiere night. Because Tammy, if y'all haven't seen the 4K version, it's beautiful on the channel. Go support it. And if you have an inkling to watch Starlight again when someone's not live, go and watch our 4K version. I mean, my jaw dropped. It's beautiful. The quality is super smooth. Colors are on point. Tammy filmed it. It's Tammy's first. We're having some firsts here lately. Tammy filmed it. She did I couldn't have done a better job. The way she showed the floats and everything. But you could tell that she was totally paying attention to the camera and not watching the parade as much. So her words were, I can't wait to really enjoy the parade tonight on Sunday. And we had Jacob do a shorts version of it on Saturday night as well. So we got all that media stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
And I filmed it, but I'm pretty good where I can keep my eyes on the camera and the other eye on real life stuff. So I'm not watching everything through the camera as well. But something to be said for not having the camera in your hands and watching the show too, or the parade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, I don't know. Anything else about the, we're going to break down the parade.
Well, it's funny you said that, because what I was doing on Friday when I was doing it was focused on, I stayed with the float as it passed me, and then I would look behind me to see what was coming, to know, all all right, when do I want to switch? And then I would switch back to, whatever the current float was or the dancers or whatever.
Yeah, there's sometimes when I am showing something, the camera is looking one way and I'm looking somewhere else. Like, could be Phantasmic. When the boat is out at the end, I'll keep a shot close on that for a long time. But there might be a moment where I'm just looking elsewhere because I want to, but I want the audience to see that.
Yeah.
So Sharon Hecker says Tammy is the bomb. So yeah, Tammy did that. Jacob goes to Japan and shoots his own vlogs. At this point, I'm not gonna have to work much anymore. Just send everybody out.
Yeah,
I told Tammy
he's got
she
a
was
whole
hired.
team now.
We've got a whole team, everybody. By the way, if you haven't seen Jacob's vlog, Jacob's Japan, check that out. It's sitting on the channel. It's our latest vlog that came out just what's today? Wednesday? I don't even know. Oh, today's Tuesday. Just came out yesterday, and it's doing pretty well. And Jacob's getting amazing compliments on that. So we thank you all for that too. Came
Awesome.
out really well, and I can say Jason O'Brien. I sent it to him, who did our documentary. So professional writer, director, producer. I said, critique me, let me know, and he said this is as good as any travel vlog he's ever watched, and he watches a lot of them. And I sent this to you. He said the sound mixing was perfection. I was like, no way, because I'm always concerned about that. I always feel like I have trouble balancing the music with vocal, with the voice.
Yeah.
So not that I can't screw it up again next time or something, but yeah, that was good. I appreciate that. So that came out really good. Support Jacob with that video. And part 2 will be out next Monday. Also, I may not have enough footage to do 2 more parts, so it might be one longer vlog on Monday. So we'll see what we can get out of it. Yeah.
All right.
And we're working on another project, which I mentioned to you a little bit today. So I've been doing a lot of research on it, and I think we're going to do a series of something.
I like that
It's
idea.
a certain amount of views, we will do more. I think that's what we're going to start trying to do with some vlogs, is try to do kind of things that people aren't. I mean, people are doing it, but not the mainstream vloggers and YouTubers. Like, everybody runs all the current stuff. This is new, this flavor, do this, do that, this ride. We're trying to zig a little bit in a series and see if it catches with audiences too. So if it does, we'll do more of that subject and go from there. So always trying to push the envelope. As well as now we have a weekly monorail report for all of you that happens on Thursday mornings with Lawrence. So lots of stuff happening. Lots of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. See, talk about a team. We're just out there all doing, something different, and trying to bring all that to all of you. All right. So let me just bring this up.
That was really nicely said. That was sweet and heartfelt.
I try.
Wow. Okay, so we're going to break down the parade here for you all, float by float. This should be fun.
All right, so now this is the only thing I timing wise, there's a lot of space. Like, you can see the lights have already gone down, which means that they've already done the Main Street Electrical Parade opening flourish. They've done the Wish, or not Wish, I'm sorry, Spectromagic narration. And so now you have all this time for it to get from the current zone that you see it in to us. So I do feel like maybe that kind of makes it feel like it's slower in a way, but I'm good with the music. So let me pull up here. We'll go, obviously, the opening float is the Blue Fairy. Now, some people were shocked by that.
It's the Blue Fairy.
Some people were shocked. They thought, it would be Tinkerbell or whatever. But, I mean, she's been in the pictures forever, so we knew it was going to be her. But this thing is massive.
This is just incredible. It is massive. And it's impressive. It is, I mean, her dress is the float.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever designed this wow.
Yeah.
It blows you away. It gave me, I mean, as soon as you hear Main Street Electric Parade, I just had chills down my spine the entire time and couldn't stop dancing. You know,
that's probably why I'm always one that wants to get to the parade or whatever early enough to hear every bit of it. And obviously with this one, you were going to have to, because you had to secure your spot. But I just knew when you heard that opening, you were going to love it. And then like, Shirley, I think, watched my stream the night before. Stephanie, who was with us, did not watch anything. As much as she wanted to, she did not watch anything. So she heard it, and, you know, she turned to me and she was like, I might have shed a tear. I'm like, you're not the only one. Believe me. Believe me. Now, the other part of this float, you know, it's not just her. You also have Pinocchio and Geppetto, if I can get it to load, in this, I don't know, room, we'll call it.
Yeah, it's like it just opens up, and you can only see this in certain sections of the parade.
Yeah.
So ideally, we were standing. So if you're looking, we're more than halfway up Main Street. So that's kind of where you want to be. There's other parts of it that it happens. If anyone else, you know, has stood somewhere else and has seen this, you know, definitely comment in the comments now, or comment, you know, if you're listening later in the comments. But they go away. So you got to be lucky. You got to be in a spot where they show up, and we figured out the spot to be. So I would say 100% of the time, if we can get that area for Main Street, I really do like that spot.
Yeah.
I should say 100, because I might want to get a little down closer if we ever want to dash through and hit Frontierland as well. But
so the thing with the thing that really surprised me is that that right there is the first time that I saw them. I didn't see them on Friday because, like Cory said, you could be standing in a certain spot and you don't see them. So I had no idea that they were there until we were standing there Saturday night, and I was like, "Oh, this is new. They added that." But it's because we didn't see them where we were. So I thought that was
they don't
cool.
do it right away. So don't stand on the first corner of the parade, because you won't see it.
You won't see it.
But I think you do see it when it passes the train station.
But that's where I was the first night.
Like right in front of the train station?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I think Tammy saw it. Tammy, the other night on Sunday, the first parade, she was in the little circle, you know, in Town Square, and I think she saw it.
Oh, okay. Now, again, it probably has more to do with the timing of, you know, when they leave the barn and all that kind of stuff, and the speed. So it may not exactly be in the spaces we're talking about, but we at this point are like right across from Starbucks on Main Street.
Yes, exactly. There you go.
So, so that's the float to open it up, and it is massive. And we talked about, somebody had asked, you know, do you think there's going to be projections on the buildings going down Main Street? And I said, no, I don't think so, especially based on Paint the Night. I think it's just going to be the colors of the floats. Well, look at the buildings behind the float. Because it is so massive and so bright, it lights up the entire way. Not only that, but then behind the castle, they've got spotlights up, you know, which is we never see that because we don't have a nighttime parade. So thought that was pretty cool. The next float is Wish.
I will say one thing quick that 927 says as the float turns takes a left turn towards Frontierland in front of Liberty Tavern, they show up, and he witnessed that twice.
Okay, that's good to know. I did want to try his spot based on their show last night. I was like, yeah, maybe that's another spot, because that looks like a good spot. Yeah, I tend to like Liberty Square for parades. I think you get decent interaction. I mean, you're going to have probably less of it in this parade than you do in Festival of Fantasy, but I think it's a good spot. And I knew about that spot before I started watching Myers and the Mouse, just in case anybody wonders. So
there you go.
You have Asha from Wish and Valentino. I think this float makes sense, being that it's Disney Starlight, Dream the Night Away. It's about wishing and dreaming and that kind of stuff. So it does make sense. And her meet and greet is very popular. Well, let me not say very popular, but it's certainly popular over in Epcot. So she does tend to be a popular character. And, you know, some people...
You saw
saying,
Wish.
Uh-huh.
You saw Wish. Does Wish not get the credit it deserves, or did it kind of fall right where it is? Is it really just not that great of a Disney film, or is it like Elio that was so good, but I haven't checked the box office. I'm guessing it's not doing as well as like
I'm sure it's
Frozen
not
3
doing
will
well,
do, or Moana 2 or something like that.
So for me, I get a lot of people didn't like the animation. For Ilio, they didn't like the animation. For Wish, somebody called it bean mouth animation, and now I can't get that out of my head. If you look at Ilio, it's shaped like a kidney bean. So,
bean mouth. Oh, okay.
Yeah, bean
yeah,
mouth.
but you know what? You have to appreciate. See, people that make comments like that, they just want to see, you know, where Disney kind of takes Frozen characters, Moana characters, like they're just like changing the faces on a lot of these. It's like the same animation. Let's just change the hair and the eyes, and boom, there we go. There's your next princess, or Rapunzel, you know, and so on. I like when you watch something. I always notice that stuff. I go, ooh, I like that animation. That animation's different. It's nice to see different animation.
Yeah.
I liked the animation in Wish. I didn't see it, but I liked the animation of it. And I love the animation in Elio.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to let you know that, because if her meet and greet's popular, that's, you know, that says something.
It does say something. You're right.
Like the movie, you know?
Yeah. So we saw it, and I thought it was very good. Now I was tired. I don't remember why, but I was tired, so I did fall asleep in the movie theater. But I think that's a dad thing, right? To fall asleep in a kid's movie.
Yeah, I would say so.
But Catherine was the first person to point out. Well, I remember I saw something that looked like the lantern from Rapunzel, the lanterns. And then she pointed out a couple things to me. And then I started to realize what this movie was. And that's why I think that anybody who loves Disney needs to go see Wish, even if it's just to find the Easter eggs. Because this movie is a love story to the Disney fans. So if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's on Disney Plus. I thought the music was good. The story was cool. There's some really funny spots in it. So yeah, make sure you see it. But her float certainly makes sense in it, and it's it's the first float that is colorful, because the Blue Fairies float is just a dress, so it's just blue, whereas Asha's float has a ton of colors in it. So now you start to see the evolution of the parade, and the colors start to come into play. The next one, and I bring this shot up because the next one is Encanto. Encanto is a beautiful float. You have these dancers before it. They are not lit. I want to say, and I've got to find an Imagineer to talk to, but I want to say that is on purpose, because I think it's supposed to be about the symbols, not about the dancers that are holding the symbols. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what I think. So, of course, you have the butterflies because it's Encanto. and I like her float. You've got 3 characters on this one. So you have Mirabelle, you have oh my gosh, what's the sister's name? Isabella.
I saw Encanto once. I cannot remember. Let's see.
That's Isabella. Yeah, Luisa's the strong one. Isabella's yeah. And then Bruno's on the back. And you have the candle. I mean, it's just great. And then, obviously you get some spicy music, and it's just I think the parade starts to pick up there. Oh, Baker says he took a picture with Asha this week.
She was fun too.
Yes.
I love Mirabelle on this float. She is fun.
Yeah.
She's just having a good time up there, being silly,
yes,
smiling, and just being Mirabelle. So
yeah,
perfect. Nice touch. And I'll mention another female on another float that I was. It's one of my favorite things, and I'll tell you why. It shows up.
So next float, you have dancers in between, and they're holding ice crystals, ice diamonds, and again,
they're not lit up either, right?
They're not lit up either. Now theirs are brighter than the butterflies, so they do have a little bit more light on them, but I think they're intentionally not lit. And so you have Elsa, and her float, while doesn't have other characters with them, they are on these ice LED screens. There's also another theme. I don't have a pointer, I don't think, on this one. No, my pointer's not on. But there's another theme that runs throughout all of the floats, and it's this band in the middle of the float, and it kind of goes all the way around the float with whatever color they're trying to emulate. And every float has that. So I think visually it ties together each float. I'm sure that's what they were going for.
Elsa was great too. Her expressions, her reactions when she turns around and she sees the images of Anna and other people coming up behind her. I really liked her interaction with all that was playing out on the float as well.
Now, I think if I was ranking the music on each of the floats, this would probably be on the bottom of the list. Just with all the other music out there for each of the floats, this one was just like, it's all right. Like maybe I wish they would have picked a different song from the Frozen franchise.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so behind that, now this is one that I hope they do change. So these are, oh gosh, there's a name for these dancers, and I know this because somebody reached out to me about them. But you can't even see them at all, and if you're, especially on stream, if you're lowering your exposure to capture the brightness of the floats, you will never see these dancers. And I just think it's a shame because they put so much into it. So
Disney DeBaker says that the casting was great, and I thought so too. That's the best looking Elsa I've ever seen for, similarities and everything. Like every princess was perfect. I'll say this quick. This parade is a streamer and photographer and videographer's nightmare.
Yeah.
Because if you're as picky as I am, so when we show fireworks, I make sure I bring the exposure down so less light is coming into the lens. I knew I had to do it with this parade, but the problem is each parade has its own brightness. Then it comes to these dancers, like you said. And if I am turned way down on the previous float, I've got to turn it back up. So throughout the parade, for every single section that comes through, I'm adjusting the exposure.
Yeah.
So I'm watching 50% of the parade because I'm trying to get the lighting right so that the audience doesn't see it as like white and drowned out or too dark. I am trying to find a happy medium where I don't have to touch it at all or much. So for me, that's a work in progress still.
Yeah. Yeah. And especially so, like when I was shooting in Frontierland, my exposure was up way too high and I could see that. And I said, okay, I got to start playing with it. And I'm not used to having to do that. And I'm also using Prism, which I wasn't used to. So I had a lot of things going on. But even if you are used to it, there's still so many. If I think you might be okay if these dancers were lit better.
Yeah, that would help. That would help. And Disney DeBaker was talking about the same thing with the aperture going back and forth, made him nuts too. So I'm going to try to find that perfect mix, but I don't think it's going to be possible.
Probably not. And so then you have the Princess float. Rather large float, right? Because they all have their sections so that they can be showcased separately, you know, because they live in different worlds. So they're showcased separately. So I thought this one was well done, and it does play the music from each of them. You can hear that
Jacob
as it's
picked
moving
up on that. I didn't pick up on that. Jacob picked up on that.
Yeah.
And the colors change according to each couple.
Right. So I like this one. I think that for some reason, the one that the music that sticks out to me is Beauty and the Beast and Princess and the Frog. Those two stick out to me when I see this this float. But they all dance. You know, they do wave to the crowd. You can see them. You know, it's not like they're that far away. So they do wave to the crowd. Of course, you've got Cory's favorite, Belle, on the float.
I'm just enamored every time I see Beast and Belle dancing. They're my favorite. They're my favorite. I don't know what to me, it's my favorite Disney movie of all time. Love Belle. And yeah, I was so glad that they had her up on the float too, for sure. And even when the floats go by in Fantasia and Fantasmic.
Yeah.
I that's an example. I put the camera on Ariel for her piece during the montage, but I'm watching Belle and Beast.
And here you can see an example, like Cory was saying, that changes colors. So here it's in transition to the green, or maybe this was going from blue to the yellow for.
When this transitions to these nice colors, it does wonders. As you can see right here in this still frame, it does wonders for the picture.
Yeah.
As far as exposure goes and everything. I'm like, oh, that looks good.
And then you have more court dancers behind the float. So you've got them in the front, you have them in the back. But again, I think these dancers deserve costumes that have more lighting on them so that they can be seen.
We'll continue to talk about that too. You know, we know Disney listens, so I'll mention it while we're live a bunch of times, you know, and we're talking about it here and all that, you know. It's a simple fix. They just need to make them brighter for sure. And while we're at it, in between, and this is what you see online, right? Everybody loves this parade. I haven't come across anybody that's really throwing any kind of negativity at this parade.
You're not in enough Facebook annual pass holder groups then.
Okay, maybe after we... All right, maybe after we break this down, I want to hear what some of the complaints are. Okay, we'll hold it for that then. I was just going to say, they really should fill it in with more characters, maybe some more dancers. There's a little too much space in between. If they could just fill that and make them brighter, that would make this, you know, a 7 out of 10. A 7 out of 5, I was going to say, because it's a 5 out of 5 for me.
So, the next float. One character, but I'm guessing it's probably a lot of people's favorite flute. Because for me, it was like,
well,
so Coco.
Lawrence is just giving the look. Yes, so good, right? And is there something going on with the I can't even, I'm talking too fast sometimes tonight. The guitar strings, right? There's something up with the guitar strings. I couldn't see them, but I think it was Jacob said something's happening with, I don't think guitar strings are glowing when he hits them, or there might be something
maybe
there rather than just regular guitar strings. I got to get a better look.
Got it. I don't know if it's probably not going to play on stream when I play it. Maybe it's on the other side, so I couldn't see it.
Alicia hoped they would add more floats. I see no problem with doing that either. It would be nice. I think they could easily add a couple more floats. I don't think that would be much of a problem. The music is pretty much on a loop too.
Yeah.
I feel like, so
Yeah.
you can just throw them in there.
But this one, there's just so much going on this float. And then on top of that, they add fireworks to the back of the float. Like, wasn't expecting that, but you have a screen of fireworks as it passes by.
And smoke comes out of I forget his name up front.
Dante?
But his wings open and smoke comes out of his.
Smoke.
No, Dante's the dog.
Oh,
the spiritual animal there. His steam comes out of his nose.
Yeah.
Did you catch that?
I did. Lucinda says, I think they should have... Oh, just jumped on me.
Keeping on the theme that YouTube hates me, the first parade at the very end, they blocked our stream, but then they gave it back because of music.
Yeah.
I checked other people on Main Street. Everybody was fine, but me.
I think they should have maybe 2 or 3 more floats. Just love the one with the princesses. That one's gorgeous. Yeah. You're not wrong there.
Yeah.
So yeah, great float. Coco is great that he's in it. Next up, you have some more dancers. They are waves, I believe.
Yeah.
Somebody said they thought they were eels, but no, I think they're waves. And it's Moana behind that. Great float. Obviously, you have the Moana music, which is great. Good colors. Obviously, more blues and greens because of the water. But then you have the grandmother on it. And she just comes up as the eel, and the eel moves up. It reveals her. So I thought this was well done too.
Mm-hmm.
Behind that, your girl Tink is walking. I think they said, listen, you sit for the entire Fantasy Festival parade. You got to walk for this one.
Yep, you got to earn this one. But I love that touch with Tink. I think she looks just so cute with those shoes and those wings, and she's just playing to the crowd and walking back and forth. I think that's perfect. That's a nice touch. And this would be a case where, you don't want anybody else around her.
Yeah,
this is Tink's time to shine right here.
She gets some time, and every time that I watched it, there was a good amount of space between her and the float behind her. So I feel like that's purposeful because, she's got her wand, she's glowing, so she gets to shine on her own. If she was too close to the float, she would be washed out. So I thought that was great. And she's Tinkerbell. She's very playful with the crowd, which is always going to be a favorite.
You think she plays more to the males in the crowd than the females? Because if any of them have an eye for Peter, she will turn on them. She will turn on you. So all you females that celebrate Tink when she jumps out of the castle and all that, if you even let her know that you think Peter Pan is cute, she's not having it with you. So just saying.
That makes me think of Hook, the movie. That was such a good movie. Such a good movie. It's one of my favorites. Sorry, earlier I wanted to acknowledge, I think it was Palme that asked about our shirts. Mine is a Roosevelt's. Yours is a Disney or a Roosevelt's?
I'm glad you called attention to that this evening. This is a Tokyo Disneyland button down.
How about that?
It has a little bit of everything on it. Kind of like you were flexing that shirt the other night. Oh, my shirt has everything on it. I can go to any park with this shirt. And this one has everything Tokyo Disneyland and Disney
Love
Sea,
that.
I guess. So,
Love that.
yeah, I had to wear that today.
Yeah,
but I love that shirt. I think I have that shirt as well. Love my Roosevelts, though. Yeah.
Shannon, if you're still watching, this is a clue to what I think the news is. Animated characters.
Roosevelts are synonymous around here now, right, in these parts with Nate paging Mr. Morrow.
Mm-hmm.
You were not with us at that time, but he came walking through the town square, and I hadn't seen him in a few months.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Nate. He said, hey, what's up, man? I'm like, I'm doing all right, and you? He's like, yeah, I'm doing well. And he's starting to continue to walk. I go, where are you going? I said, get over here. So he came over, gave me a big hug. I congratulated him on his recent success. That boy is over 315K now. That is nuts. But you know what I told him? I said, Nate, congratulations on that Roosevelt's deal. But if there's one other channel that deserves a deal, it's the DIZPod. I said, we feature button downs every single week. So, he's like, yeah, that's cool. But don't take my money. No, but yeah. Nate is cool. Nate is cool, but he walked by. So always good to see him.
That's cool. So you have Peter Pan on the next float. See at the bottom, you guys can see it, never mind. So I thought this is cool. You've got the star up top. You have the clock tower. Of course, they're very playful. I thought this one was well done.
Super well done. And what my thought was when this came by though? Why is it 8:15? It's been a long time. I've seen Peter Pan a million times, and maybe that is the time.
I think that's the time. I'm thinking back to
PhilharMagic.
I almost said PhilharMagical Mel because I always see her in chat. But
when
yeah,
the Hatlands and Peterlands and all that, it does have to be out right there. So maybe that is the time.
Yeah, I think that's why. So yeah, this is a good one. Love this one, and again, show you how it changes color. So here he's green. There it's more blue and purple, and there you can see that band of color that goes around, and that is normally separate from the rest of the colors. And then that's
how our new bed lights up for light therapy. Yeah, just like that, lights under the bed. It's pretty cool.
Peter Pan and Wendy?
No, they're not there.
Oh,
they're not there.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's the end of the parade. I think it's a good parade.
Did you forget Whimsy?
Whimsy. Oh, is there another float?
Did you see the parade or did you not see the parade? Yes.
Let me tell you. They had talked about Whimsy, right? And if you watch the Imagineering special about the nighttime parades, they talked about Whimsy, that this was going to be the character, that it was the character of the parade. But I'm going to tell you, when it came out of the barn and you see the face and you can start seeing the characters on it, it's like this was and the size. I was talking to John about it yesterday on his stream, because if any of you don't know John from Fun to Be Free, well, if you watched our episode when he was on, he used to drive floats for Main Street Electrical Parade in Disneyland. And he said this is the largest float, like the with its turn radius and how big it is scraping the curb. Like when it makes that turn, it is scraping the curb because it is just so large. It's colorful. You got Whimsy on the front. You have Snow White and Dopey. You have the Fab Five.
Bring it forward.
Bring it forward.
Yeah, let's see Snow White. This was one of my favorite things of the entire parade. I mean, the floats are amazing, but just something that stood out to me, that they decided to make Tink walk, but they decided that Snow White should be in a minecart with Dopey and just clapping and just having a good time and just really enjoying herself. I don't know. That really hit me differently. Like, wow, this is so cool. Like, this brings me back to when, she was dancing in their house and having a good time. I can't remember the song, but I don't know. What do you think? That's one of my favorite things to see. I just loved to see that. That struck me as very different.
I agree, and the minecart, stuck out to me. The fact that it's just her and Dopey. Now, of course, with the live action Snow White, it almost makes sense based on the story that they use there, that it's Snow White and Dopey.
She had a special relationship with Dopey.
Yeah, and they're showcasing it here. So I thought that was.
I liked the movie, by the way. I liked it. I'll just remind everybody. Too. I liked Snow White. I enjoyed it, and Jacob did too. And we're picky when it comes to movies.
But above all else in this float, they hit me with a remix of Main Street Electrical Parade or Baroque Hoedown. And I don't think I was... Okay, so the first night, so you guys know I show Paint the Night on the post show sometimes, so I've obviously seen Paint the Night. It has hints of Baroque Hoedown, Main Street Electrical Parade song in it. So I was expecting that, but I was expecting just hints of it. Here, you have it for a good 3 minutes, this remix of it. So I love this float for that reason, because it brings you the Main Street Electrical Parade music. So
what a way to close,
great.
Right?
Yeah.
What a way to close.
Yeah.
And obviously we talk about memories for a lot of us who had seen the Main Street Electrical Parade, 9 years ago and more. We miss it. We missed it. We just wanted another parade, and to bring a new parade back and give us that song again. Isn't that like, they bring Luminous in, but then you get pieces of Illuminations in there, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that. So I loved it. Oh, gave me the chills. So glad that they incorporated that in there, and for as long as they did in the finale too.
For as long as they did, yeah. Now you also have Flynn and Rapunzel, Jasmine and Aladdin, and then Mickey and Minnie up top. So that's what I'm saying. This is a long float. This thing is huge.
And it gets higher and higher.
Yes, exactly. Which probably also lends to it feeling like it is massive because of, that perspective there. And then it closes with this sign for the Disney Starlight. And I'll go to the back of it.
And, this with Jiminy Cricket.
I don't think. Yeah, I think this video just ends on the side of it.
Oh boy, that's not good. My fault. My fault. I told Tammy what to do. At the end. But yeah, Jiminy Cricket. To be honest, I may not either. I didn't think about it or I didn't realize it. Like maybe I had to be told for the next night. Like, didn't you see Jiminy Cricket? Like, I don't think I saw. They probably. I guess, yeah, it's good to put him on the back. You just have to catch him. That's one of those last Easter eggs. You got to catch Jiminy Cricket at the back, and that's a salute to Spectro Magic.
There is also a hidden Mickey in there as well.
Oh, really?
Yep. If you were to watch the stream that I did on Sunday, you would see that. Just saying.
Did you get more views?
I didn't get my stream blocked.
No kidding.
Which doesn't even make sense. Why does that make? How does that make sense? It's the same channel. This was showing the same thing. Mine, whatever.
Don't ever try to figure out YouTube. I try. I always try, but it just hurts your brain.
So there's a couple things. So in this, let me see if I can move it forward a little bit. You might not be able to see it. So behind this, they walk with the rope, right? And so Sunday night, I wanted more of the remix of Electrical Parade. So I got behind the rope and just walked from about where we're standing there all the way to the castle, around the hub, and then ended as the parade kept moving towards Liberty Square. And that's about when I realized, man, if I watch the 9 o'clock parade and I do that, couldn't I get to the hub and get a shot for fireworks from the hub? Just stop when they get there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think, I think a lot of people are going to be doing that.
We're always thinking strategies and how to do things better and this and that. And we're going to experiment with this on Saturdays. We'll be back at Magic Kingdom, but we're not going to show the first parade. We're going to do the second parade. And what we want to attempt to do is, number one, not stand in a spot for hours again. What we'll do is anyone watching, our viewers, our wonderful community, we'll just be out there. We'll be out there doing our normal thing like a parade never existed, but with fireworks at 10, with Happily Ever After 10. So we'll be back on like Mine Train or something. We'll do whatever we can while parade number 1 comes through at 9. But then once that passes and people start to exit, sometime I think I'd like to hit Main Street by like 9:20-ish. And at that point, Jacob and Tammy can find a spot on the sidewalk and try not to have people carry strollers over her and things like that. Find a spot.
Why would you say that's such a weird thing to say? Why would you say people would carry a stroller over another human being? That's such a weird
That would
thing.
never happen, right? That would never happen. People are saner than that, right? So they'll find that spot. I'll grab my spot across from them on Main Street to shoot Happily Ever After, and then I'll slide over to the sidewalk for the second parade. And I don't know if you want to ask the audience, our audience watching on Saturday night on the fly when 9 o'clock comes, if they want you to do a replay of the parade so they still get 2, we can always do that and just come back to us live when when it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Or they can watch us do Mine Train or Peter Pan or whatever, because we will be doing the second parade for sure, because I think that's going to work out beautifully, and that'll be our formula 99% of the time going forward.
Yeah,
unless it dies down. I mean, in a year, does it die down enough we can just grab a spot? Maybe not. But the second parade has always proven to be easier to get a good spot.
Even during the parties, that first parade is very busy because obviously parents, they said, well, we'll do they're not like us where they go, oh no, I got to watch both. No, you pick one or the other. So you go to the early one so that, you can have the kids home or back in the resort, at a decent time. Not like us where we'll be out till 1 a.m.
Yeah. Shirley said a lady got arrested on Sunday for assaulting a teenager at MK. I did not hear about that. That's sad.
That's just Saturday. violence on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Let me tell
Saturday.
you, any of you guys play Call of Duty? Because I'm telling you, on Saturday, it felt like Corey and I were on Call of Duty and we were losing.
No, Sunday night. That was Sunday night, right? You talking about Sunday night?
No, that was Saturday. Saturday, we were being flanked from all sides for the fireworks.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah. That was tough. That was tough. The crowds were a little unruly both of those nights. And, you're sitting there. There's a whole wall of people sitting along the curb on Sunday night. And you could just see people just decide that when they want to get onto the sidewalk, they're gonna squeeze through you and everyone else just to get there.
Yep.
Even if there's 2 inches of room, and they'll say, "Oh, sorry," and they just kind of cut through. I don't know if we're all guilty of it. I can't speak for everybody, but I've done that. But to us, it was to the degree of how many times it happened, where Jacob had to step aside and step aside and step aside. It was, and then one family sees one family do it, and then they think it's okay, so they follow them. So now you've got 15 people doing it. So it just got too excessive. If a person or two within, a 20-minute span or a 30-minute span, wants to come by, that's one thing. But just the amount of people that were just doing it, and they would argue.
Yes.
Last thing I'll mention about that. Were you there when a lady walked up, not right to Tammy, but 3 people to the right of her and me, and she said, my family is right over there. Can I just come through? And everybody looked at each other and they kind of nodded. They said no. She goes, yeah, I can't just get through. Everybody said no.
Mm-mm.
I said, you know what though? I think she had a stroll or a walker or something. I said, you know what though? There's a ramp right over there that'll lead you right into the Emporium. She says, oh, okay, thank you.
Yes. Yeah. That was after the lady that had the issue with me. Her husband did, where he was like, don't be rude to my wife. And I'm like, I wasn't being rude. She wanted to carry her stroller over another human being, but I'm the one that's rude. It was.
Yeah. At that point, and you and I are 100% lovers and not fighters. We're not. I've done all my life, avoided any physical confrontation. I've never had a fight before in my life that wasn't with my brother growing up. So I've been lucky, I guess, a little bit in that sense. But I got my chest got a little bit bigger when I heard that guy turn to you and say, "Don't talk to my wife like that," because I thought I might have to step in and say, "Calm down, buddy."
Yeah.
But I just I calmed him down though. Like I said to him, "Hey," I said, "there's a ramp right over there. Why don't you go do that?" And he turned around and he did it. So lucky for that. But it was just, I'm sorry that people had to hear that stuff on stream. We always try to be positive, and we were positive, but it was excessive.
Yeah.
So, it was the worst time we've ever had at Magic Kingdom in our lives, but also one of the best. That was only a little microcosm of it.
Yep.
And so I would say history, as history goes, we probably won't live that again, but we haven't lived a parade on a nightly basis either. So let's see how it goes.
I think,
and unfortunately,
I was going to say, I think that, it's summertime, so you still have a lot of visitors from out of state, out of the country, different cultures. And you had this huge event, parade, fireworks parade. So it was, sadly, it was probably bound to happen. So now, as we get into September and everybody's back in school in October, and it's a regular Wednesdays at Magic Kingdom for you, I don't think we're going to find that again. I think it's going to be pretty calm. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So you rated this a 5 out of 5?
I did. Listen, one of the first reviews, someone came out and said, "Oh, this is no Paint the Night parade." I took that as a negative comment, and I said, "Well, no, you're right. It's not. It's not. Disneyland has their own thing, and it's amazing technology. Why does everything have to be the same or be better the next time? This is great in its own right. The floats are beautiful. The lights aren't, I guess, as animated and interactive as Paint the Night and all that stuff. But this is our parade. We wanted a parade. This is our parade. It's our own. I feel sentimental about it. It has, Main Street Electrical Parade music with it. It brings a lot of memories.
Hold on.
It's ours. So 5 out of 5.
You know how you talked about a new line of shirts that you were going to do? One of them was going to be, it's got to be 60/40 or what's the material, stuff like that.
Yeah.
See, Kenny has one for
I
you.
see that. 927 says Cory pointing to a sidewalk saying ramp is right over there. Ooh, I could wear that on parade nights and just stand with a Mickey hand pointing that way. I'll just point to my shirt. Point to my shirt.
So funny. Yeah, paint the night. Kimberly Parkworld says Paint the Night is a party. Starlight is magical and dreamy. Both great parades, both very different, which is a good thing. I agree with her, just like you were saying. And I think about it this way. If we had Paint the Night, and I think I said this when I was streaming, maybe I was walking to the fireworks or something. I got on a little bit of a soapbox there. Paint the Night doesn't fit in Magic Kingdom. Now, Paint the Night might fit in Hollywood Studios. Because in Hollywood Studios, you have more of a mix of your traditional characters, your Pixar characters, and all that kind of stuff. So I could see it fitting there, but it would not fit. If you picked it up and you've got the Big Mac from Cars, and it doesn't fit to me. And now I know we're getting a Cars Land, but it doesn't fit to me there. So I like that they have their parade. I like that we have our parade. To me, this fits Magic Kingdom.
I agree. And all of a sudden, right there are new times here in Walt Disney World. This is starting to get good.
Yep.
All of a sudden, we have a nighttime parade. All of a sudden, we have a villain show to go see. Little Mermaid show is back. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something else that's been happening. Or am I getting ahead of myself with the news? But
maybe
there's just some new things. Oh, Test Track 3.0 opened.
Yeah.
So things are starting to change in the neighborhood, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
And we just, I don't know if you're ready to transition. It's a good transition to the news.
It is a good transition
that dropped
to the
today.
news. So let's...
And we discussed it, and Jacob discussed the news today for Hollywood Studios.
Okay. Let me do the intro. Okay, where did my slides go? Hold on.
All right. Beachbox Life is in the chat. Do you think the music would be different for Starlight if Beachbox Life did the soundtrack?
There's your next gig right there.
Yeah, Magical Mike he did bring up we have New Country Bears out there, so that's new as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you get the slides working?
They're here somewhere. Okay. So, you want a free gift card? Just buy an annual pass. Right now, they're running a limited promotion where if you buy an annual pass, you can get up to $100. So $100 if you buy the Incredipass, Pass, $75 with a Sorcerer, $50 with a Pirate Pass, and $25 with a Pixie Pass. There have been some people saying that they got the offer on renewals, and there were other people that said, well, if you got that offer, you better go and renew now because that's not supposed to pop up that way. So they think that it was a glitch that it was showing up for those. So we'll see. And there were some people that were saying that they got if they renewed or if they bought a pass in the last 10 days, that Disney was offering them the discount or the extra gift card. So that's good if that did happen. Okay, next, Test Track is officially open. Today's first day of Test Track. It's available on Multipass. Multipass Lightning Lane. It is a Tier 1 ride, so that moves Soarin' to Tier 2. So if you know Multipass Lightning Lane, that means you're when you pick rides beforehand, you can only pick 1 from Tier 1 and 2 from Tier 2. So Soarin' is now in Tier 2. You have Standby and you have Single Rider. Now, I know yesterday was a soft opening. But I did 2 Single Riders yesterday and waited 3 minutes total. So.
Hey, listen, kudos to Disney for, you know what, these annual pass holder, and it was the same I got to finally do my first cast member preview, and we have many more to come, which will be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Much like the annual pass holder, we got to give Disney kudos when we can. And they couldn't do this better, right? I mean, I rode before Test Track opened today, everybody, and I rode Test Track 7 times. I rode it 7 times. I didn't feel the inkling to need to go today. Tomorrow night we'll be there. If Single Rider is available and looks pretty good, I'll do it. If it's not, okay, we'll try next time.
Yeah.
But they could have just let us go on one time. First of all, it was a virtual queue, and with the virtual queue, they could have just said, nope, you can only ride once.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, it was, nope, you can ride the rest of the day if you want to. And we could have ridden even more than we did. The 2 times I went for annual pass preview, we did it on Wednesdays and we did it on Saturdays. Single Rider was dead. Just kept going and going. I did it 3 times on Wednesday night, and I could have done it more till park close, but we wanted to go off and fry other fish, so we did that. And they did that back for Ratatouille. I think maybe for Tiana they did it too. So when they do these previews, they're allowing us to do it as many times as we want, and that is a nice little perk for pass holders and cast members.
Yeah, because Guardians wasn't that way. You rode? Get out. Now, the first day, I know it was at least the first day, it might have been the first couple days, they were allowing people to do it multiple times. But then
I would have
changed.
to ask Jill about that, because Jill and I are the only ones that did the Guardians preview together. And Jacob kicks himself about that to this day. Why he didn't. I still can't believe he didn't. But I'll have to ask Jill if we did it twice.
Shirley Renee and USC Greg are talking about Single Rider all day, every day, and it's the only way to go. And I'm going to tell you what, you're 100% right? Because when you do Rise, you miss a Single Rider, you miss a little bit of the pre-show. Well, you miss you miss the whole pre-show, right? Because you pick up in the hangar, which is beautiful, but there's a lot of story before that. Here, you ain't missing nothing.
You're not missing anything. You're not missing anything. As much as we love Test Track, 3.0, in our opinion, is probably the best version of it. 1.0 is so far back, I can't remember enough.
I agree.
But just from what I think I remember, I'm going to say 3.0 is the best. It's so much fun. The music's great. The throwback to classic rides. But I'll tell you what, queue-wise, it's probably the worst queue. Could be the worst queue in Walt Disney World. It's just bleh. It's really bleh.
Yeah.
Single Rider all day.
Yep.
You're not missing
Didn't like
anything.
it. Single Rider all day. I think the ride is great.
Now, what will forever be my favorite part of the queue, which no one knows, but Lawrence knows because I always send Lawrence anything official. The article is out today. I haven't even looked at it yet. But a company reached out to us yesterday to use images from our live stream for the Land Rover section of the test track queue, and asked if they could use 3 images that they pulled, which were impressive still photos from the live stream because it's 4K. And I was like, wow, our 4K must look that good. And they used them in an article for a space. I'm not remembering the name of it, but it's like something innerspace.com, something like that. And they dropped an article today and asked if they could use our images because they cover everything, with the moon and space exploration, everything. And they love our images. They contacted Disney, and Disney told them they didn't have any images for them. So they reached out to us, and I approved it right away. I just think Disney didn't want to do it. You're telling me they don't have images of that. So I helped Disney out there. And they said they would link the channel and everything. So maybe some people will click and discover us.
Yeah.
Random.
At one point it was 120 minutes. It did go down today because of weather. Obviously, it's an outdoor ride, so they shut it down when there's lightning in the area.
Weather for sure.
Yeah.
So what did you think overall? What were the wait times like?
This is about the highest that I saw. So it really wasn't bad. I mean, at some point it was 60 minutes. 60 minutes on an opening day attraction that does not have virtual queue all day long. Yeah. I think that's the way to go. And here you can see the new symbol for Test Track, and this is on the actual map in the app. So they're calling out the attraction's icon.
Yeah, that's nice. And here we go. The newest news of the week. The Mickey's Sorcerer Hat returns to Hollywood Studios to a degree.
With no store underneath it this time. I was shocked when I heard this announcement, because this is really like a D23 style announcement. This is not oh, by the way, we put up some new trash cans over here.
And now we know why Muppets had to go, right? Because they knew they were doing this already.
Yeah. So we wanted Muppets to go here, or I'm sorry, we wanted Monsters to go here so that we could keep Muppets. Once we found out what was happening, we were all upset. And I said, they still need to do something with Launch Bay. It doesn't fit there. You have Little Mermaid on this side. You have Disney Junior on that side. This place is called Animation Courtyard. And then behind it, you have Star Wars Launch Bay. It doesn't fit. What are we doing with it? Well, they answered that today. So I'm going to bring this up so that I can read it, because I don't want to miss any of the big pieces of this.
And I discussed this with Jacob too. Oh, go ahead. I was say I discussed this with Jacob too a little bit today when the news broke, and he always has amazing insights. He really should be on the DIZPod sometimes with us. But he's like, I'm so happy that he feels like Disney is fixing the wrongs of the recent past. Like, okay, we kind of got away from what each of these parks have all been about, and it's time to reel it back in and put the things back, that felt like more original attractions and things, right? Now to bring this animation fun and style and all that in a place where Mulan was animated and Lilo and Stitch was animated. So I think they're paying a little more attention and wanting to bring things back. You get Test Track with, Easter eggs of rides of the past. We get the electrical Main Street music. So there's things here and there that they're kind of bringing back. So
yeah,
I definitely agree with them with that.
So this is going to be called The Magic of Disney Animation. And it's going to be complete with the Sorcerer's Hat, which we probably feel is, oh, they're bringing back the icon when it was the Sorcerer's Hat here, and that's not really why. Sorcerer's Hat exists on that building in California, so it's to mimic that building, but we happen to be getting a Sorcerer's Hat because of it. So it says there'll be playful and interactive moments around every corner. You'll see portraits come to life before your eyes, just like they did in the short Once Upon a Studio.
Which is a great short if people haven't seen that on Disney+.
So good.
That's a must watch.
Oh,
So
man.
emotional.
So good. So it says you'll find inspiration with a short film, with a twist, of course. And you'll even pencil in some time to learn how to draw your very own character sketch. So that'll be part of the experience there, and it'll probably be very similar to the one in Rafiki's Planet Watch, which I don't think I do that enough. There's also going to be our youngest animators to be can explore the Drawn to Wonderland playground, filled with an oversized flower garden with musical instruments, a Mad Tea Party playset, and a Tulgey Wood exploration area. All inspired by Alice in Wonderland concept art from Disney legend Mary Blair. Now, this is the crazy part to me. This is opening next year. Like, you have to close Launch Bay. You have to close Animation Courtyard. And you're going to do this all in a year. So the same time that it took them to do Test Track, they're going to do this. And I don't think that is just wishful thinking, because Disney doesn't announce dates unless they know, right? Because, folks, we don't have a date for monsters. We don't have a date for cars. We don't have a date for villains. So we know that those are going to be long off. But this one, they've told us is next year. So I just think that's pretty surprising.
Yeah, and one of Jacob's statements was, they want to keep people excited over time, and that's something new and exciting next year while everything else is being constructed. So it's another distraction for us to go and enjoy this. And by the way, you forget a little bit about the bigger stuff that's about to come.
Right.
So continue to trickle these things out.
As we prepare for this transformation of Animation Courtyard and Disney Junior Play and Dance, will be closing September 25th. Now, those are temporary closures because obviously they've got to do the work there. However, you'll still be able to get to Little Mermaid. So Little Mermaid will not be closing, even though it is in that area. I'm guessing the store might close because it's behind the theater, but maybe not. Maybe they'll figure that out.
So we'll get some scrim walls pretty quickly.
Yeah. So that'll be September 25th when Launch Bay officially closes. So I'll go through some more slides that I have, pictures of this. And then, do you have any questions that came up about these changes?
I had a thought, and my thought was, and it wasn't mentioned, so it probably won't happen, but I enjoyed in old Hollywood studios, probably MGM, when you could look at animated characters on screen and you could record your voice to voice them, because I love doing that stuff. That would be a nice thing to do again, for an interactive play section. So that could be part of that interactive play section where they say interactivity around every corner. You could look at, I remember like Scar, saying, "I'm a monkey's uncle," kind of thing. And me just playing with that and recording it and watching the playbacks. And that would be a lot of fun. So I'm hoping that shows up there. But
my question is, So, do we just say goodbye to BB-8, Vader, and Chewie?
I don't care about that in terms of that's how I'm going to say it. I did think about this. I don't care about that. It's a good trade. I make that trade
Fair.
100 times.
Fair.
We talk about trades. I will make that trade. Did we want to make trade Muppets over monsters? No. Majority of people didn't want to do that. But this, yeah, I would sign off on that in a second, because we can put them somewhere else. There's no, when you meet Vader, the environment's nice. You feel like you're on a star destroyer or something. But
Mhm.
you could put Vader somewhere else. You could slap him out there anywhere, in Hollywood studios. Listen, I have pictures on the wall in the next room behind me of Vader and I. We took pictures over at Star Tours.
Mhm.
You can just do that again.
Yep.
And while I'm at it, they need to use that stage. Disney, do something with the stage again. That stage just sits there dead beside Star Tours.
Yep.
Bring back Lightsaber School or something like that.
So two thoughts. You have space at Star Tours. You have a queue that you really don't need with what the wait times are at Star Tours. For the most part, you don't really use that queue. They could reconfigure it, put one of the characters over there on the right, kind of near the store, and then one of them, or maybe even two of them, over where the stage used to be. I don't know.
I'll say this too.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Jacob was wondering, will they keep the theater that's back there? Because I don't know how many people listening know that as you enter Launch Bay and you go to the right a little bit as you start to head towards the meet and greets, to your left is a theater in there. And the last thing that they showed in that theater was a documentary of them working on Rogue One. It's a nice little theater. So will they keep that theater? And maybe they show that. Maybe they show that video or a little film that inspired this building.
Maybe.
It's an easy way for people to cool off and eat people up a little bit, take them away from other attractions and watch the film, something. So it'll be interesting to see if they utilize that theater in there.
I was just thinking about Vacation Fun. Maybe you move Vacation Fun over there and then use that space for something else that's unrelated to animation or something.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
So, but hey, we got options. So that's good. That's good. One thing I did wonder is, based on California having a mixed timeline in Galaxy's Edge, do you do that? Do you take Vader and the rest and put them over there?
Yeah. Galaxy's Edge is a blank canvas in my mind. Yeah, there's a couple of sections where you've got to stick to character, right? But why not keep Kylo Ren and the newer stormtroopers, the First Order troopers, in that area where Kylo's ship is? And when you're looking at the Falcon, that's just about any time period. You've got Rise of the Resistance. That's a specific thing, but nothing screams it from the outside. It's just a base or whatever from the outside. So I think you can put anybody. I think you could put Vader and all them just about anywhere. Okay. You just have to keep Kylo and the First Order troopers near his ship. Other than that, it's kind of a blank canvas out there. I would love to have other characters walking around.
Now, this is some uproar that I saw. I'm going to use the word uproar.
Well, everybody wants to complain, so
yeah. But I'll use the word uproar because
I said this to Jacob today. I said, when we talk about, when something's announced, there's always a group of people that aren't happy. I said, Jacob, there would be a group of people that would rise up online if they removed the third trash can down Main Street from the square. If they remove that one, there would be people that would be upset about it. Memories at that trash can.
I use the word uproar because, you know how clickbaity we are on this show. Listen,
Oh yes.
there's a new segment coming on Thursday about that because
Love it.
I just can't take it anymore. Anyway, you will lose the arch to get this entrance on the left. So the arch will be
it's going away?
The arch is going away. So the picture on the left is what the entrance to this area is going to be. Why? Because that's what it looks like in California, the actual animation studio. That's what the entrance looks like. So they're going to mimic that. It's going to be a full courtyard with trees behind it and all that stuff. Look at the picture on the right. I know that the archway is iconic and blah, 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 but look at what it's framing. It's framing Launch Bay back there. It's so disjointed. You talk about Hollywood Studios being a disjointed park. Here it is in one picture. That doesn't say Hollywood Studio. That doesn't say Hollywood to me with Launch Bay behind it. It's weird. So
if you keep it, if it looks like it aligns, you're just going to see a bunch of trees ahead. Right?
Well,
if you look
I
through
think
there within.
I think the other thing is that you want this sorcerer's hat to be the icon of that building, and you're going to keep the archway in front of it.
Yeah, makes perfect sense to remove it.
So it's time, folks. It's time. So I'm excited. So just wanted to also mention the merch from Starlight. We talked about it a little bit. You have the 2 pins. I picked up the pin. I bought the pass holder pin because it had the blue fairy on it. You have a blanket. I almost bought the blanket, the throw, but it wasn't soft. Like
Tim, yeah. Well, did you feel the inside? Because the inside has a little bit of white fur to it.
Oh,
I
no.
didn't know that, but I saw somebody reach in and feel it.
Okay.
So it does have that, but Tammy has as many throws as I have mugs.
Mm,
So
okay.
I wasn't about to
and then you have
encourage
the
her
ears.
getting
The
another
ears light up.
blanket.
I haven't been able to see how the ears light up yet. And then you have the shirt that is the adult shirts are terrible. Sorry. Just
Oh, well, listen. Anybody's going to know this when they show up to buy these Disney Starlight T-shirts. You say they're terrible because of the sizing, or you don't like the logo and design?
no, the design is great, but
So the sizing is unbelievable. You definitely have to go down a size.
one
to go down a size.
Corey, you might have to go down like 3. I
Well,
looked
yeah,
at an extra
some people-
large. That extra large looked like it was a 3X. I was with when
all
I
could've been
saw it. I was with Theme Park Giant. Now, if you don't know Thad, who's Theme Park Giant, he's about 9'4", so he wears a larger size. He looked at that extra large and was like, "This is like a 3 or 4X. What is going on?" I don't understand the sizing.
I don't understand how that happens. Like, don't we have standard sizes in this country? Like, shouldn't it be measured and just every shirt comes out the same?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. And if somebody can tell us about that, that'd be great. Comment or something.
Well,
the streamster should know that.
I was going to say, when she makes my sizes, when she makes my shirts, she cuts them off of a template. They're always the same. I may not always be the same, but they are always the same. You know, so if they don't fit the same way, it's because I've changed, not them. Too much.
You're right about
Disney
the double
pop fans.
sizes down. Yeah, you're right about the double sizes down because Shirley said that she and Tammy went with a extra small.
Well,
I normally am in a large. I went to a medium. Jenna, I was talking to Jenna on Main Street, and Jenna is tiny. You know, and I was like, I wonder what size she's wearing. Jenna went to a kid's large. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I just don't get it. I don't know. I missed
That's the worst missizing I've ever seen in a Disney shirt, I think.
Yeah. And here's just to close out the big story. This is the real building on the bottom, and then that is the replica of the area up on the top. And again, you see the courtyard, trees, and all that there.
I'm so excited for this. This is bringing a piece of California, Hollywood to Hollywood.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about this. Just for that. I don't even care what they're doing inside. this building, the idea of it. And we have to realize too, right? They describe what it'll be like. Just think about this, everyone that's listening and watching. It's going to be better than you imagine because they have Imagineers, and it will always be better than you thought it was going to be.
Look at the building, right, with the red and white on top of it, the sorcerer hat in the middle. Look at how the sorcerer's hat is lit up. I get that it's artist rendering. This place is going to have life, especially when you take down the arch and you're standing there in what I call the hub, right in front of Grumman's Theater. You're looking at Grumman's Theater straight ahead. You normally have the arch to your right. Now you're going to have the sorcerer hat standing there. I mean, folks, I think
and those
this
that
is a
want to
big
complain, right? Those that want to complain about the arch being there, you're going to be able to stand from that hub and just look over and just see this massive hat and building just sitting there in front of you. It's just going to be inviting. Like, this is going to be a good thing, and it's going to be busy. People are going to want to flock to this. Whether it's in the first year or the fifth year, I think people are just going to keep flocking to it. And this is what inspired the whole thing. Well, the building. Well, yeah.
Yeah, the whole area. So this is the poster that they put out for it. The Magic of Disney Animation coming to Hollywood Studios sometime
I haven't seen that poster first time.
Yep. So I'm excited. I think it's a win for us, and we didn't even have to wait until D23 to hear about it. So
Which always makes me think bigger things coming for D23.
So all in all, great information there. My trip was great. I want to say thank you to Catherine again for allowing me to, not only allowing me, but, saying, why don't you, I'm trying to get rid of us twice. I don't think you need two of us here. There we go. For allowing me to go and saying you should go to cover this, this big event. And I'm so glad that she did. And that I decided to go on Friday so that I could bring you that first parade, which was pretty cool to be at. And on top of all of that, I got to meet and hang out with so many new friends and friends that, have been friends for a little while, but never really hung out with, but like Goofy Guys in chat. And I hung out with him on Friday and Sunday, and Theme Park Giant and Fun to Be Free and Magic Adventures and Lily and Ken and Jen. We had that race. I put out the video.
Yeah, that was great. And what? After the stream, we were out there on Main Street for a while.
A while. We took some group photos. I'll show those on Thursday. I'll show the video tomorrow in the pre-show. But that was kind of fun. Catherine says I was just trying to get a break from you. Yeah, no, I got that. Believe me, I got that. Because then after she said that you should go, she was like, do you think your mom will watch Finley? I was like, oh, okay, I got it. So she was out the weekend throwing axes, having all sorts of fun. So that was good.
Candles on the tub, soaking in the bubbles.
So that was good. But no, it was a great trip.
I don't know if you want to highlight Sharon's latest comment in the chat right now.
So folks, thanks. It's been a great show. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, we know.
I'll tell you what, I'll jump to the ad. How about that? If you're looking for a home that offers the perfect blend of luxury, comfort, and convenience with Disney World in your backyard, Victor Naraki is a licensed realtor with Vision Home Real Estate LLC, and he is here to help you find the home of your dreams. With over 15 years of experience in the Disney area home market and a proven track record of success, Victor is the perfect partner to guide you through every step of the way of the home buying process. So why wait? Visit celebratingflorida.com today. Go to Victor's YouTube channel and subscribe at Victor Naraki to learn more about Victor's exclusive range of properties and schedule a viewing with Victor. Your dream home is just a click away. And now and then you can see us simulcasting Victor's wonderful home tours on Sunday afternoons. So join him here, join him there. Let him know we sent you. And Victor's a good guy, so support Victor.
He was going to go out last Sunday. in the stream, and he texted me to see if I was going to do the simulcast, and I was like, "Oh, I would, but I'm in the parks." And then about 5 minutes later, he texted me. He's like, "Never mind, I'm not going. It's too hot." It's too hot. I was like, I don't blame you one bit. I'm gonna highlight this comment because I think it's very important. And when he said it Sunday night, I said this felt the same way. Goofy Guy says Main Street after Sunday night when we were all standing there. Well, you guys had left, I think. But like Aaron, Eric, and Jason and I were there.
Yeah, we would have
Goofy
stayed,
Guy.
but I had to get up at 6 a.m. So I'm still tired from 4 hours sleep.
He said that it felt like Hollywood Studios the night of the Muppets when Muppets closed. It felt that way, but with hope. So there was an energy that night at Muppets, right? A lot of streaming. Muppets Courtyard had this crazy energy that it's never really had. But it was also somber because you were there to say goodbye. Well, getting a nighttime parade after 9 years, it really felt there is a true energy in this park at night.
We've had some special nights in a short period of time.
You got that right.
You know,
you got that right.
It's things you'll never forget. I'll never forget Muppets Night. I'll never forget our first cast member preview at Test Track. I'll never forget not only the world premiere night of Starlight, but you know the 3-night span of how it all came down.
And when people ask, or they'll say, "Why it's going to be crazy? Why would you go that night? The parade's going to be there every night."
It's an event.
It's an event. You want to be around the other people. Maybe not the ones with strollers that want to carry them over you, but you want to be around people that want to be there. If the cast members, oh my god, the energy of the cast members, and like Friday night, I could see them, the Imagineers, up on the train station watching as things went through. I mean, it's just, you want to be there. I was very happy to be there Sunday, and then also to get there to be there Friday and Saturday was just phenomenal. So this is a good week.
I was walking up and down Main Street, you know, on Sunday night, just wanting to see who was there, you know, what channels, what streamers are there that I haven't seen in a while. That kind of thing. You know, it's a who's who, you know, everyone who's anybody, you know, are usually at those kind of events. Camaraderie.
It felt that way for me because, especially with me, you know, kind of running the Disney Streamer Network, everybody that's in the network was coming up to me, you know, so I was bumping into my friends, and it felt like Main Street was our playground, and you're just running into your friends on the playground. So it was a lot of fun. I was glad that I got to be there.
And that's how I feel anytime I'm out there. You know, it's definitely so different from when you just come on a vacation to be in your playground. Like, I'm so comfortable in the parks. You know, that's our place, and we see our friends there, and we see people we know. It's not uncommon to go on any day or night where you know somebody, you know, whether it's a cast member or just a friend joining you. I mean, how many times do I go live and, oh, I'm going to be alone tonight, everyone, and next thing you know, I've got 3 people in tow. So, you never know. But I will say this: Universal Studios still seems different. It doesn't feel. I'm never 100% comfortable over there streaming.
Really?
That I feel like I feel like I'm a guest more than I'm home in Disney. Maybe it's because we do it more, and the vibe is just a little bit different at Disney compared to Universal.
Sharon asks, "How's the popcorn?"
Oh, I wanted to touch on that. The final Starlight deal, and I'm not exaggerating this. So I sat down last night and grabbed the popcorn, and Jacob was on the couch with me, and we cracked it open. It's one of my favorite popcorns of all time. Yeah, it is so good. It is so good. It's like blueberry cereal, and the white chocolate is the milk. So this is the thing. I thought I had a rule where, no, you can't put Skittles, something sweet like that. You can't put Skittles or a blue raspberry flavored popcorn with milk chocolate. Like that is That does not work.
Mm-hmm.
But the white is what you want to add to those sweeter type of candies and flavors.
Mm.
It's a perfect combo. I was gonna say, dude, Jacob and I could have eaten the whole thing. We ate half that thing already, and I had to make myself stop.
Wow.
It is that good, and I will be filling that up again when it's empty, which might even be maybe Saturday. I might be making it again on Saturday because it might be gone by Saturday.
Wow.
Popcorn. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so it's so good. And someone behind us in line before they ordered it said this is either going to be really bad or it's going to be decent.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really good. I was pleasantly surprised. Now, don't
I
get
like
me
that.
wrong, milk chocolate's my favorite thing, so that one could never be my absolute favorite, but it's my favorite non-milk chocolate one for sure. It might encourage me to try other things that they come out with now that is non-chocolate because I usually shun those. And white chocolate is not really chocolate anyway.
Since we're talking about the popcorn, I'll mention one last thing. And I mentioned it on stream. They're going to have to redo that area because that popcorn is becoming way too popular for that little space that they're giving it. So be on the lookout. I think they're gonna revamp it. They're gonna put it somewhere else. Something's gonna happen because especially, I don't know. I need to, the next time I'm there, look during the day. But at the end of the night, that line was back to where you get the slushies on Sunday night or Saturday night when we were there. So yeah, they're gonna have to do something.
Yeah, Tammy likes it. She's not crazy about it, but she said it was pretty good. Yeah, this is what they need to do too, and you could reduce the line maybe. They could do this in the app. You could pre-order. You can pre-order this popcorn, but you can't customize it to how you want it. They could simply have you pick a base popcorn and then just click off all the toppings you want. And do you want extra drizzle? Boom, your popcorn's done.
Yeah.
So you could reduce that line by being able to mobile order and customize it better.
Yeah, I could see that. Next week.
You know what? I could reach out to, this might be part of her thing. I could reach out to my lady that I know in Disney that she's been responsible. Well, magic bands are her thing. And I think the MDE is as well.
Okay.
So maybe I'll reach out to her and say, I got an idea.
There you go.
See what you think.
Oh, thanks.
I try.
Each Fox Life has been here, but he's been watching on my channel. So thanks for coming over.
Very nice. Support Lawrence.
So Wednesday, we are at Epcot for Coral Reef.
Yes, very excited for that. It's in a unique atmosphere, and we want to take you all to Coral Reef Restaurant. We haven't been there in years and years and years. So we'll be trying some food there and some dessert, and hopefully they'll give us a really good table so that y'all can really take in the atmosphere over there. And that just continues our LID Eats WDW series, ongoing live restaurant series, sit downs. And let's see. And then we'll just take what the park gives us, and we'll end Epcot in a Diz fashion, which is the World Showcase walkthrough, Luminous, a little bit of shopping, and call that a night. And on Saturdays, we'll return to Magic Kingdom for a little bit of Starlight and whatever the park will give us as well. And I will say that Cosmic Rays has upped their game. Disney's listening again. Can't believe it. But this is a pretty good spread that's starting to roll out over at Cosmic Rays. That French onion burger is as good as the French onion burger was on opening day at Connections. It took a little bit of a slip over time, but that one's starting to come back too a little bit. So there's a go-to burger now in Magic Kingdom. So I'm happy about that. And we ate it 2 nights in a row.
Yeah. And then I will have the monorail report on Thursday at 11. We'll talk about some Disney Streamer Network updates. We'll cover any more news that they decide to drop on us, like a whole new land or courtyard. They drop one of those tomorrow. That's going to be it. Oh, and I will show you an update to Muppets. So I'll show that. Actually, I'll show that tomorrow night. Tomorrow night on the pre-show, I'll show you that, and then I'll show you the first ever streamer games that happened the other night on Saturday. So I'll show you.
Nice. Looking forward to that.
Yes.
All right. Well, this was fun. We had a lot to say.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We know it was a little bit later. We appreciate that, but it was a bigger show, and we had to put some extra stuff together and figure out how we were going to show you what we needed to. So we appreciate you hanging out with us. We actually were competing with the actual Disney Starlight while we're talking about Disney Starlight.
Breaking it down. We broke it down. No channel will ever break down the Starlight Parade like we did.
So
Eric
we
D
appreciate
says,
you being here.
Very cool. Yes. We
And
appreciate you all being here.
If you've not hit the like button, if you would hit the like button on your way out, thank you to the one person who hit the dislike button. It's always one person. Whatever.
Always one person.
Whatever.
I mean, I'm sorry that the glass is half empty for you.
I guess.
I wish we could help that, but hey, it helps us.
Come to Disney with us. Let us know when you're coming to Disney. Come to Disney with us. Cory will buy you a Mickey ice cream sandwich.
Sure. We'll lock arms and we'll eat it together. It'll be great.
All right, folks. I will see you tomorrow night for the pre-show, probably about 6:30 or so. What time is the reservation? Do you remember?
I think it's 6:45.
Okay, so maybe a little early in that. Just stay tuned.
Yeah.
Somewhere between 6 and 6:30. We'll go live for the pre-show. We'll have a little fun and figure out what I'm doing for the post-show tomorrow.
Awesome. We love you all. We do it live because we do it for you. And yeah, great show. Looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow night at Epcot for our live food review. And then whatever what would be a perfect night for me? Coral Reef. Float over to the land, maybe. Do the land. Do Soarin'.
Soarin'.
And, yeah. Maybe some
Soarin's had some
Caballettos
low wait times recently, so you might pick that up again.
and then light up some Luminous. Or maybe some single rider test track. Who knows?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Tiger Girl, I'm sorry, you had a question earlier. Your question was Coco going in place of Grand Fiesta Tour. That's not happening. I know that is a rumor. That is not happening. That's one of the rumors that I'm going to address on Thursday on the Monorail Report. Another one, there were pictures out there floating around of what Villains is going to be, and that there's going to be a Villains train station and a Villains restaurant and a Villains shop, and it laid it all out. It doesn't exist, folks. It's fan fiction. We're going to talk about that on Thursday.
And we're gonna reach 18.2K. I was gonna say tomorrow night. No, by the time we wake up in the morning or before we go to bed, we're at 18,195 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, everybody, this is an addiction and it's a good one. I've been refreshing the channel like every 15 minutes for 2 days, maybe 3, and it's fun to see that number continue to go up. I don't know what we're doing exactly, but we're doing something right. So let's keep riding
all
that
the friends
wave.
that
If
have,
you haven't, thank you.
that have been here.
If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and help the podcast out. Wait for it to end and then comment on it. Even if you just say, great night, thank you, whatever, we'll respond. It helps with the engagement. It helps YouTube.
Yep.
And
let us know what you think of the news that dropped or about the parade. Just let us know. So, yeah, Steve and Tony, 20K. I've done the math. I'm very analytical.
You're my numbers guy.
Yeah, I'm the numbers guy, and I figured out. On Saturday when we hit 18, I was like, it's going to be close. Did the math. I was like, we really have to have a good push. Well, that push has come in the last 2 days, and the pace puts us at 20K for Christmas. So
that would be a nice Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Always believed we could get there, but it'll be a moment. It'll be a moment to realize. I think that's a real milestone. To say you're a 20K channel.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have to think of something to do.
Yeah.
To celebrate that.
Yeah.
You might have to be here.
Yeah, I might have to. Heard that, Catherine? She's probably like, okay.
On your way to 100K, says Ann. Hey, if I could walk away holding that plaque someday,
so
I know I've done my job.
She's gonna go, okay, yeah, you go celebrate 20K with Cory while she's in the back sharpening up the axes to go axe throwing.
There you go. And by the way, can your mother watch Finley?
Yes, exactly. All right, folks, I will see you tomorrow night for the pre-show, and then we'll send it out to Cory for Coral Reef and Epcot and Luminous, and we'll have a great night. Thank you all for being here. We will see you tomorrow. Maybe.
It's coming.
No, I said, are you still live?
I'll say, until then, we're just a couple bros talking Disney.
I don't think it's going to end, so I'm going to end it manually.
All right. We're ending.
Wait, let me see. What is happening? This is just, it's one of those days. All right. I'm going to end it manually. There's no finish. I'll make up a whole new finish for you next week. Good night, everybody.
Sounds great. Good night, everyone.